Hi, I am Kaju Sen. Welcome to Industrial Training Institute Learning Corner Itilc. Now we are going to study the motivation classes. The motivation class, that means which is included in ITL syllabus. So what is mean by motivation? What are the importance of motivation? How the motivations are done? And what are its expectations, etc. Yeah, we are going to study now. The motivation means, the motivation is every part of life or in any organization or in general life, the motivation is much required. That gives us the great performance, that evolve the improvement in our performance, that decreases our failure in doing the work. Also, we can expect the success. Most probably, the motivation is done. The person who are in boredom or who are in unwilling to do their work, or some of them having the repeated work and they feel quite bored. On that basis, the motivation is done. And other hand, the motivation is done where a person is feeling the work become unsuccessful, that we cannot do this work promptly, that may lead to failure. So if one having the under the potential, high potential in doing their work, if one is not trying to execute their work in prompt way, they need some motivation. There are the motivation. There are two types of motivation is occurring in factories. One is financial motivation and another one is non-financial motivation. Financial motivation is one person or one worker is motivated by giving them some extra money so that they are willing to do work more. That is called what? That is known as the financial motivations. The financial motivation has less supervision and he has less guidance. On the basis of the financial motivation, we can motivate one person to do the work more. Non-financial motivation means, non-financial motivation is the person requiring besides money. That means he needs some recognition. On that basis, the motivation is done. Moreover, if motivation is required, if one feel he cannot do the work in prompt, if we analyze in deep, that is some of the factors we have to understand why he is unable to do that work. Number one, he is unwilling to do the hard work. And he has less confidence. That means self-confidence is much less. He is not having much much interest or the way of doing or studying hard to do that work is done. Or he doesn't have any particular aim so that he won't work in the proper way. So, in order to get the work done, he has to analyze why I can't or he cannot do that work in prompt. On that basis, if you analyze, he has to cultivate interest or build self-confidence or study hard the way of doing the work, etc. And these what is the result of this doing that work? What he achieving actually is he must able to set goal, and what is whether it is a long-term goal or short-term goal. He has to set goals. What is final achievement? What is his destinations? If he satisfies the destinations, then he will automatically motivate himself and he becomes successful on that work. So the destination must be very good, or he must expect, or the expectation must be in 100%, and then only he can do the work in prompt way. How he will build the confidence, or how he can how he can distract or get away from the demotivational situations. The thinking must be always in positive way. He must work in always in prompt mind or in full confidence. Expect the obstacles that has to be overcome. If there will be always some obstacles to doing their work, and he must correct his mistakes, and everything must be in proper way or in full surveillance. Then he can do the work in prompt way, and accordingly, if he works on that basis, he will sooner or later he will achieve his success. That is known as what the self-motivate, that is called the motivation. If the self-motivation is not sufficient, always the self-motivation is always better than the motivation from outside. That means the extrinsic motivation is that one person is not having self-idea regarding this, then only he needs some extrinsic motivation, that if you want give advice or give idea, and he is direction, he gives directions to do that work, etc. On that basis, he learn and he understand. He is very much comprehensive regarding this work. Finally, that may lead to his success. So that I hope you would have understand the prompt way of doing his work, and what is the importance of the motivation, and everything is to be studied, and that only we can achieve the success in life, as well as we can do the work in prompt way to get in success way. Thank you very much. If you like this video, kindly subscribe this. Thank you very much.